Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to BMO Field for the press conference of Jonathan Osorio. Before we start, please turn your attention to the TV for a quick video.
He's Toronto FC's all-time appearance leader.
He's a legacy player, has played over 300 games, and someone that clearly we're better with when he's playing.
Towards Osorio! Jonathan Osorio gives Toronto FC the lead!
This is my duty as a player for this club, and more so as somebody who grew up here.
Back for Osorio! He cannot stop scoring!
I love this club. I think everybody here knows every game I will give everything for us to win.
It's the Canadian connection once again! Another goal for Jonathan Osorio!
Oso is an incredibly important part of the team.
Now we welcome to the stage Toronto FC President Bill Manning for a statement, head coach Bob Bradley, and Jonathan Osorio to the stage.
Hi, thanks everyone for coming. Welcome members of the media. I want to welcome the Voyagers for your very own Canadian national team player, Jonathan Osorio, and friends. Jonathan is, I like to call a legacy player. You know, when I first arrived at this club, he was a young player fighting for minutes, and he's turned into an incredibly important part of Toronto FC and is the essence of Toronto FC in a lot of ways. I'm so proud of him and to the player he's come, the man he's come. And we look forward to him being one of our leaders on the field as we go into World Cup 26. So I'm going to ask Bob to come up to say a word, but I just want to let Jonathan know how proud we are of him, how much we are looking for him to lead over these next few years. And we just couldn't be happier with this announcement today that Jonathan has re-signed with the team. Thank you.
Also. For sure. It's a really exciting day for the club. Don't need to tell those of you who are here because you've seen him from the beginning with his play on the field, his leadership. He's been an instrumental part of the successes that TFC has had over the years. And so for me, last year, getting to work with him was a lot of fun. He's a smart player. He picks up ideas. When we think about some of the good football that we want to play, or a little of what we played last year, also found a way to be in the middle of it so often, finding the right positions, making the right passes. His timing for getting into the box, scoring goals is something that has not only been important for TFC, but it's something that has really helped the Canadian national team at times. So from a football standpoint, as we keep trying to get back to some of the best days that TFC has had, having you still be part of it, getting to continue to work with you, knowing that we can go further is really special. So really exciting day, and from my standpoint, having a great player like Oso around for a few more years is a really important statement for what we want to accomplish going forward. Thanks.
Yeah, so thanks everyone for coming. This is a special day for my family and I. Everybody knows that I love this club very much, and you know, I've worked really hard to get to where I am. I feel like you know, I've earned my place here and earned everything that I've gotten, and now I want to give more. I want to give more to this club, and throughout this 4 years, bring the success back to this club, and you know, that's one of the big reasons that I wanted to stay, was that, you know, the last couple of years have been hard, and I want to be part of the you know, the resurgence of this club, and so I'm really looking forward to do that.
Now we can start with questions. Please raise your hand and say your media organization and wait for the microphone to come to you.
Questions?
Christian Jack.
Thank you, Christian Jack, One Soccer. Jonathan, congratulations. Less than 2 weeks ago, you were playing in a World Cup. Maybe you can talk to us a little bit about the timing now, why this was important to do it after for you, rather than obviously before.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't want it to be a big thing before the World Cup. I didn't want it to make something about me when such a big thing was happening for our country and the guys on the team and the staff. And I just wanted to wait. I wanted to wait for that decision to be made. Saying that, things happened during the World Cup, and at the end, I felt that it became clear that for my family and for myself, this is where I needed to be and where I wanted to be.
John, James Grossi, TorontoFC.ca. In this day and age, it's pretty rare for a one-club player to exist in this world. How do you feel about being, one of the faces of your hometown team?
Yeah, it's an honor. It's a privilege to, not many players around the world get to say that they played for their hometown club for so many years. And I know how blessed I am to say that. And to say that I'm a one club player, I still got work to do to make sure that that's the case. But, that's my aim now, and I think that's a huge accomplishment in itself, or a huge goal to reach for. Because also to be a one club player in this day means that you have to keep your value up during that time, and that's a challenge, and that's what I keep striving to do. And so, yeah, it's been great to be here at Toronto and be here at home, and I look forward to the next years of what I see as success.
Hi, Jonathan. Paul Atwood from the Globe and Mail. Obviously, you've been here through the highest of heights that this club has achieved. What can you bring, and how important is it to have that continuation, that knowledge, and to get this club back on top of this league and this continent?
Yeah, I think because I've been here at the highest highs, I know what that feels like, and that experience is valuable. I think what I learned even playing for the World Cup was that experience at certain stages is so important, and I have that experience here, and I know what it feels like for a team to be successful and to be doing well. But yeah, that's the contribution that I'm going to make, and then along, it's doing that with the team and with the people here that are striving to do that as well. It's not one person that does that. I'm going to do my part and everything that I can to ensure that I can bring that experience and that knowledge to this club.
Hey, John, congratulations on signing the deal. You've played under a number of coaches during your time in Toronto. I'm wondering, was there one in particular that had maybe a bit of a more profound effect on you and your development and where you got to sort of in your career now than maybe some of the others?
No, I think every coach that I've had has had their own impact on me in a different way. Greg Vanney was here for a long time, so I got to work with him for a long time. He was the longest tenured coach that I was here, and during that time, I think was during the development years of my career, and so I would say he played a big part in that. But yeah, all the coaches, even Ryan Nelson, at the beginning taking me on, he was a big part of that, and then Bob took my game, I feel like, to another level. And last year, he really, he really challenged me to become a better player and to improve in ways that I hadn't improved in until then. So yeah, all the coaches has had their impact on me, I feel.
Hi, Jonathan. Anthony Coury with Waking the Red. From overcoming quite some adversity on the injury front to playing at a World Cup, It's been quite the last few months for you. Would you say that you're as motivated as you've ever been in your career heading into next season?
For sure. I think I've never been more motivated for a lot of reasons. But the one more so than anything else is just to win. Motivated to now be, I think, a really big part of the success of this club. I think in the past when we won the championship and everything, I think I played my part and I had my role, and I think I played it well, and I was able to play it, show as well that I was able to take on more every year. And I think I'm just at the point where I'm ready to take a really big role and be, you know, a vital part of everything that goes on here.
Hey, Jonathan. Michael Singh, Room 442 and MLS Soccer. Congrats on your new deal, first of all. Now, you told us at the end of last season that you were open to sort of all options and what was going to be the best move for your career. Was there a certain conversation between you and Bill and the club that changed that perspective, and you knew that Toronto FC was going to be the place for you?
Yeah, I think, you know, it came. I don't know if I don't know if it was more so a conversation with my family. You know, obviously throughout the negotiations and everything, they have showed that they value me a lot, and you know, and that they wanted me here, and you know, I know, as you know, I kept my options open, and then speaking with my family around when we were in Doha, actually, is when it became clear that I think, you know, my story here is what's important, and you know, I know that I said that I had the dream to go to Europe and everything, but in the end, I think it just presented itself for my family and I that it was best for everybody that I was here in Toronto and being successful at this club. I think you know, the way the last 2 years had gone, it would have been a little bit sour leaving the club in that way. And yeah, I think I'm excited for what's to come in the future of this club, and I think for me, it felt like it was my destiny. No matter what I wanted or whatever it was presenting itself, it felt like it was my destiny to stay here at Toronto.
Just a follow-up from me, if you don't mind. All great clubs need ambassadors in the dressing room as players as well to stand up for what the club means. When new players come to Toronto FC during your tenure here, maybe you can just explain to us a little bit, what do you talk to them about? What does the club mean and stand for? How do you sell the club when new players come into that dressing room, and what it stands for as being an organization at a top level?
Well, I think it's a club that gives the player a feeling that not many can give. And what I can say, winning here, not just from myself, from other players telling me, there's pretty much no feeling like it. And I think that's a big part of how the fans make you feel, as well as the people working within the walls of Toronto FC, how they make the players feel, how they make them feel comfortable. You know, they help with settling in with their families and everything. It's a big family club, and then, you know, it's a club that's very ambitious. So, you know, they're always trying to win, and as a player, what more do you want? You play to win trophies. And so for me, to play for Toronto FC is a big privilege. It's a big responsibility as well. You know, there's all these extra things that you get outside the field, but it means that you have to perform on the field as well, and you have to do everything within the week to prepare yourself to get the 3 points on the weekend. I think that's the important thing, and that's the message that I'm sending to players now that come to Toronto FC, because it's a big responsibility. You know, it's a club that prides itself on being the best, and you can see from the moves that they make and things that they do that they want to be the best, always. But there's a big responsibility in that. It's not for everyone. That's what I'll say. It's not for everyone. So when you come to Toronto, yeah, it's the best. as long as you put in the work, it's the best place to be.
Hey, Jonathan, it's Paul Afford again. Obviously, you talked about at the end of the season about possibly exploring Europe, and obviously since then you've played in the World Cup, you've shared the field with some great players. How much of that kind of showed you that the world of football is massive? There's always, the grass is always greener kind of thing, but maybe being at home is the place to be.
Yeah, playing in the World Cup was amazing. It opened my eyes to now, obviously I played here at Toronto my whole career. I had not really had the chance to play against players at that level, playing in Europe and stuff, and now I got to experience it and really feel it, and it was interesting for me to see how far close I was from that level, but now I have that feeling, and so now I feel like now that when you have that feeling, no matter where you are, you can train to be at that level. Of course, there's another thing that it helps to be training in that kind of environment every day and stuff, but yeah, I think it was interesting. It motivated me. It motivated me to be better here, and to bring that here to Toronto. Maybe there's lots of players you see making the jump and going, but I think too, to grow the sport here, there's got to be some players that stay here and grow it here, and then maybe that's my calling. And so for me, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to still strive to be at that level, maybe over there, but doing that here at Toronto FC.
Jonathan, obviously when Michael Bradley's here, he's going to be the captain of Toronto FC, but do you envision yourself being perhaps the next captain of Toronto FC, given what you've gone through so far with this club?
I think whether I'm the captain or not, I'll play the role of being one of the leaders of the team. Of course, as long as Michael's here, he's the captain, and so to be honest, I don't see when Michael is going to retire. So I never really even thought about being the captain. But should that come, I'll be ready for it. I think I've experienced a lot at this club and experienced a lot in my career, in my life, that maybe should that come to fruition, or that come to life, then I'll be ready for it. Saying that, I'm good with the role that I have now, being a leader, and I'll always be one of the leaders of the team, and trying to take this team to the next level.
John, you and Michael and Mark Anthony, you didn't get a chance to play all that much together last season, just for a variety of reasons. How confident are you that, given that you're going to have a full preseason together, that you guys can kind of hit the heights this year? And what do you expect from the trio? I mean, how do you think you guys complement each other on the pitch?
Yeah, I'm excited for this year to play with those two. I think last year we were very unlucky. We spent, I think, 45 minutes all together on the field, or maybe 90 minutes together on the field. And it went really well in those minutes. And so from training together, when everybody got healthy and stuff, it looks really good and it feels very natural. I think we all have different abilities, and that's why we complement each other. We give, different looks to the team, and so when we adapt, we can adapt and play in different ways, I think. So, yeah, I think now with a full preseason and now guys getting healthy, we were unlucky with the injuries last year, and I think now with the preseason we can get healthy and focus on that, and I think, yeah, that midfield three can be a really strong one in this league.
Jonathan, just wanted to circle back to the World Cup and you starting against Morocco. Just what was that feeling like stepping onto the pitch, representing not just your country, but also the city of Toronto on the biggest stage in world football?
Yeah, it was an amazing feeling. To start a game in the World Cup, it's a dream, of course. But more so to do it and my family in the stands, my loved ones in the stands. It was great. It was a great feeling. It was also pretty crazy to hear the national anthem being sung, our national anthem, and also theirs, because they were so loud. It was incredible, the Morocco fans, and it just brought a real atmosphere that you always dreamed of playing in, and so yeah, it was a really good experience and a good feeling.
Do we have any other questions for Jonathan? Okay, we're good. Thank you so much and congratulations. Now we're going to have a photo opportunity with Bill and Bob and Jonathan and a jersey.